Hello all, it's Key of W here with Islands of Insight again, and I'm in Verdant Glen, partially to talk to this nice lady. She's not very responsive, but I've had a good conversation anyway. Let's take that. Um, one hidden pentad, one morphic fractal, one shy aura. That seems possible. What about this? Interaction puzzles? What's an interaction puzzle? I don't know. The reason I've come here, even though there's not a lot of puzzles to do, is that before I started recording, I noticed there's one memory grid. That's pretty rare. I would like to take care of it, so I'm really just here for that. There are a couple other puzzle types, like the Sentinel Stones I could be doing. There we go, that's the spot. I think there were two of them that I could do today, but it's really just the memory grid that I'm specifically aiming for on this run, which will require finding a puzzle radar, I am sure of it, because, yeah, unless I get very lucky, I'm not just going to stumble upon the memory grid. It's going to be somewhere I don't know. But if I can scour the areas that I do see, I can at least rule them out, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do have to break 4 in a row, and I'm pretty sure the 4 in a row is going to be connected to this green in the bottom left, because if it isn't, I would have to break 4 in a row up here, and the only way to do so is with these 4, and then I can't possibly break those 3. So, I could bring this out. I think I'm supposed to, because then I bring this in like so. This is going to have to move left. Yeah, there we go. Ah, it's a moving one. Yeah. Yep. Oh, is that an arch? It's an arch. I also heard a cube behind me. I'll take that. No, nothing up here that I can see. I definitely want to take care of this like back area here, because if I get a puzzle radar, I probably won't be able to. It's too far away to detect. So if I ring though, if I wanted to check this area with a puzzle radar, I'd have to come this way and waste time. So I wanted to make sure it's not over here first. Or at least it's not over here in a place I can see easily. It still could be hidden somewhere. But usually the grid-type puzzles aren't hidden. They're usually in plain sight. You just have to be looking for them. Okay, those can't be. Connect dark cells. That's going to come out. So is that. That's got to be dark by the corner rule. And now that's got to be just regular rules. Okay. That can't connect. That can't connect. That's gotta come out, so that has to come out. Nice. Did I hear a cube here? No, I didn't hear anything. I was fooled by my own mind. Do I want to get in that little gap there? Oh, no, hold on. Maybe... right through there. Pretty sure there was a better angle than that one, but that was the angle I chose. Because our choices matter. I heard an archway. There it is. I'm glad the archways and the cubes have sound. Really helps. The rings do not have a sound. The only thing the rings have is an extra visual cue if your reticule is right over them, but that's usually not enough. Okay, I've got 6 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could bring this in and then... what would I do here? besides lose? I could bring this over and lose, because that would break way too many. Bringing this over is a loss. Bringing this down is a loss, obviously. So maybe I bring... I don't want to bring this down here, because there's no way to get this piece all the way, is there? Like... Oh, there is. That's how you do it. Neat. Baited. Another one. Seems like this is the move. And then here, there. Sometimes it just speaks to you. Once again, scour the edges of the map, because that way I can just stand in the center with the puzzle radar and see everything. Okay. At least grab this. No squares, but connect dark cells. Cool. I can do that. Neat. Those can't go there. These 8s are going to connect to each other. There's no way they don't. There's just not enough space. That's got to be there. It's got to be there. Either way, this has to escape this direction. Yeah. So that's got to be a spot. Feels like that's going to be a spot. Might as well do this. Like so, and then no squares means I gotta do that. It's a weird one. It was fine as a puzzle, it just felt weird. Great, another moving ring, which is my favorite type of ring puzzle. I love not having a puzzle about finding the correct angle, but a puzzle about just waiting in line until the angle presents itself. That's such a good idea. Oh my gosh. Alright, that's going to take me to the other place, so noted that. How about along this edge? Do we have anything? Once again, taking me to Lucent Waters. Oh, hey, one of the Wandering Echoes, which I am in fact looking for. Where are you going? Is it up in the tree? Yeah, it is. Nope, don't go away, thank you. Okay. Well, I'm glad I found that. There is one more I can find. Ooh, it's an ethereal sky drop. Which seems to be this direction. Yeah, yeah. Should probably use those sparks I got, huh? What was the pieces that there's like 8,000 pieces is really what I'm buying now. Things that cost 8. So no to the wings, they're less expensive. I can purchase these trails. Dreamseeker. There we go. That's most of my sparks though, so we're gonna leave it there. Connect light cells, dark regions of area 3. So we can't connect that, which is gonna force us out this way. Not too bad. I really think the music of this game fits very well. Props to the music, to the composer. There's really only the 5 tracks. This is more than that, but the stuff you're hearing most of the game is the track for each of the worlds, and I think they fit really well. They're interesting without getting in the way of the puzzle solving, which is a difficult thing to do. A lot of times puzzle game music is really, really, really boring because the composer is so deathly afraid of the music being too distracting, so they have to create the most dull, uninteresting thing, but this feels right. Feels good. I like this type of music. Alright. Where's the way up from here? There it is. And this way, certainly not that easy. Alright. Don't make S-shaped tetrominoes, or just any S shape at all, so we can't put a white cell here. That's going to do that. So, no 4 in a row, but I could block the white cell in. So I've got to have white cells in here somewhere, but I can't do both of them, so there's at least one dark cell down here. Okay. This is a strange rule. This set. Anyway, we got to block these. Is there any another obvious? I know we have to have a white cell in here somewhere, but it could be either one. There's really no thing there. If I put this, I'd have to have a dark cell. If I put a dark cell here, I could put a light cell. There's really nothing stopping me from just doing checkerboard pattern, I think. Oh, I have to have a white cell there, right. I have to have that, which means I have to have a dark cell there, and then a white cell there, and there. Can't do that, so then we do have to block this off, and that, and that, and it's snowing outside. Cool. Neat, just looked up. It's very pretty, but it is also spring as I'm recording this, so that's no fun. Let's put light cells there, dark cell. That's gotta be light. So there's that, and that, and that. There we go. Neat puzzle. Area numbers. Great. Well, we definitely can't connect these to each other. That's got to go down at least that far. That's complete. And so is that. Lots of logic grids. I like logic grids, but where are the grids I want here? All dark regions of area 2, so we can't connect those. That's got to be there. Cool. How many logic grids are going on? There's always just so many. I still have only done about half of them. Don't make 3 in a row. Of dark cells, white cells I can make 3. I just can't make 4. So this would be a 3 in a row. This would be a 4 in a row. Oh no, it wouldn't be a 4 in a row for these guys. This would be a 3 in a row though. That would be a 4 in a row. This would be a 4 in a row, so we do have to block that off. This is fine. This would be a 3 in a row, so we can't do that. Now we have a 4 in a row potential. To block this and that. This would be a problem, so we just definitely have to block it off everywhere. There we go. I don't want to spend all day in Verdant Glen. I really am just here for the one puzzle type. I'm doing all the others because I am addicted to this. I can't stop. Won't stop. This looks like it could potentially be a more interesting maze. I think we want to go down, find another route up. Perhaps even this. No, that's not going to be it. Perhaps even this. Oh, that's just the end. Ah, well. Connect dark and light cells. Well, this here forces me to bring the dark cells all the way around the edge. These now have to be dark. Alright, so this can't be a dark cell because it's going to trap the light cells in. Same with that. So this would trap light cells if it were dark. So would this. Light cells, in fact, have to cut through here, and then this dark cell. We're good. So I guess that puzzle was only difficult in that it could potentially be confusing. Ooh, there's the last of the Sentinel Stones for the day. 3. Don't mix squares of any kind, so let's block off the squares. Alright. There has to be at least one space there for the 4. There we go. Then in here, I think... No, we can't do that. We can't connect... We actually can't connect that one because it would be a problem. Overload. Somewhere in here? Maybe in the center of these? No, I don't think so. I think there's no spot in the center of those. Maybe we really want to be back here somewhere? Where would we be that we're going to see through? There. Ah, a little more like this. There we go. It's a pattern grid. How many of those do we got today? Only a few. Might as well get them. Okay, it looks like we're just going to rotate around with this pattern, so it's got to be like this. And then this one is also here. Then... like so. Yeah. Kind of a neat pattern for a pattern grid. But again, it's all or nothing. You see it or you don't. You see it, the puzzle's over in 2 seconds. You don't see it, it takes 25 minutes, and then you still aren't sure why it's correct when you finish. Okay, moment of truth. We're going to be looking for memory grids in particular. For any grid shape, that is a pattern grid down there, which is also good. That's a memory grid. It was right here near the start the whole time. Look at that. I think we have this going on. Cool. Let's get that pattern grid. Oh dear. Wait, what's going on here? What is going on here? It's not just reverse. 1 2 2 2 2 2 1 2 1 2. What's going on? Yeah, so I don't see this one immediately. So what can I do logically to work it out? Like, I would assume a white cell goes here, but I don't think that's right. I don't know for sure that's right. It just feels like that's what that should be. But we're not dealing in symmetry. This top row so far is the mirror. No, it's not the mirror at the bottom. It would be the mirror, like, reversed. Like if I mirrored and reversed this, started here to there, and then went the other direction. Like I could do that. So what if I did that? So this would be a dark cell, light cell. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mirror. So I don't know if that's true. This repeats here. But then it doesn't repeat there. This pattern of white cells. Again, 2 out of 10 difficulty. The designers of this game think I should look at this and pretty much get it instantly. Like, this feels like it should go here, but I don't know. Like, it feels like it should be something like this, but it isn't. By flipping this over somehow? Like, this shape is this shape? No, that doesn't make any sense. If I did this, then it would be here, right? This is the inverse of that shape. And then in this spot, right here, right? The space, it would be here, right? That's where it would go. And then we would have this around it. This feels very wrong. What would we... trying to invert this square shape, flip it. How would it is? So this is the shape. Then in here it would come out, go up, but continue to go around this way. Yeah, it's not super obvious that that is what the pattern should be. It's kind of flipped. I don't know. I really don't like that one. Yeah, the designers really had a hard time figuring out how hard the pattern grids are. Like, logic grids so far feel like whatever the difficulty they say it is, feels pretty close to it. The memory and music grids also feel pretty close to what they say it is. The pattern grids are all over the place. There's grids that say it's only 1 out of 10, and they take me a million years to do. And then there's ones that say, this is a really hard pattern grid, everyone. It's a 10 out of 10, and then I do it, and it's actually really easy. It's just, you either see it or you don't. If you see it, it's easy. If you don't see it, it's hard. Okay, so I saw the memory grid. Was there anything else that really needed to be seen here? I do not think so. Got that. I've got at least a couple pattern grids. It's good. There wasn't anything else there I cared about. I got a couple mazes. It's always something. There's no sightseers. Got the sentinel stones that are here. There's none of those. Yeah, not really worried about anything here. I grab these sky drops though, because it's free real estate. Might as well grab it. Looks like there's a lot right here. So how do I get this? Which one does this belong to? That belongs there. Alright, well I'm gonna head to... Hey, hold on. Lucent Waters I have... Oh, it's because I'm done with that. It's just gonna say that forever. Actually, is there anything in Lucent Waters I can do? Certainly not here. There are Wandering Echoes, but that's just 100% solving at that point. There's plenty of these. Do we have pentads? We have one pentad. Might as well go for it. None of these, though. A couple match 3s. Really, I'd just be heading there for just a couple things. But I could also go and grab a couple Ascension grids while I'm here. Ooh, I'm not doing a 5-star right now. That ain't happening. Let's grab a 3-star at least. Okay. Don't make dark squares connect all dark cells exactly one symbol per light area. So we do have to block these off. Connecting all dark cells will force us to make this move. There has to be at least one dark cell in here. So maximum of 2 in that section. At least one here. Again, maximum of 2. Hold on, that was just complete. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only one white cell in all of this. I gotta be careful where it is. Because if I put the light cell, say, over here, I can't make squares here. So I would have to do something like that. So I'd have to be really careful with how I make this happen. 5 out of 6 of these. I can block this off all I want. There's got to be at least one dark cell in here because these two can't connect. Same with this section, at least one dark cell. So we can't do that. So at least one dark cell here, so then the rest of this only has two at most. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All but one of these have to be dark. So if I did this, we'd have a square. So I can't have a square in here. The only way I fix this is by putting a light cell there. So that's got to be it. We have to block that. This has to be connected to either the 5 or the 4. I could make all that, put the light cell on this side, not sure. I can only put 2 more dark cells. So if I put one there, I can only have 1 dark cell. And it would be coming down from here because I need at least 1 dark cell there. So if I put a dark cell here, there has to be 1 dark cell in one of these, which would make all of these light. So this has to be a light cell. Great. Because there's 1 dark cell in these areas and there's 1 dark cell here. Because we can't connect these two. We also can't connect these. There's at least 1 dark cell here, at least 1 there. Maximum of 1 dark cell here. Let's see. The rest of this I don't know. Maximum of 2. Maximum of 2. Well, if I did this, we would have to make all of these light cells. So if this is dark, this can't be dark. If this is dark, this would have to be dark. So actually, is there any way this is a dark cell? Because if this is, we're screwed. So we would have to we'd have to block all this off. So this has to be a light cell here, which means these two are dark for sure. This could still be a dark cell because we really only need 1 dark cell here to block. Doesn't have to be 2. But we can't have a square, so we do have to block that. Now, if I did put the dark cell here, we can only have 1 dark cell, and it has to be between here. So if I did this, and I say put a dark cell, let's just say, for sake of this, this is all going to be here. That is possible. So far, so good. We don't have to worry too much about stuff. We would have to block all of this off. So far, that doesn't break anything. I was hoping it would break something. If we did... Hold on, we already have 3 dark cells here. We have to have a dark cell here. Both of these, therefore, must be light, which means this has to be a dark cell here. If this is light, it has to connect to the 5. There's 1 symbol per light area. Now, if I connect the 5 up here, what do? These can't connect to each other. They have to be dark, but all dark cells are connected. Therefore, this is how we make this section. I could... one of these 3, because I could still block these off. I could block here because the cells are coming through the central area. I need 2 more dark cells in here somewhere. Well, there's 1 in these areas. Whichever one it is, it's going to come up. So at least 1 of these 2, but I don't know about the others. Oh, hold on, the 7's complete, so we have to block that. So the 2 now, if this was a dark cell, we'd have to connect these to each other. So that can't be. There has to be a dark cell in there. Those are all light. Which means we have to block a square in that spot. The 5 is now complete. This puzzle is really cool. I like this one. 1 of these 2, 1 of these 2 for sure, or both of these 2. Only 1 more dark cell can be here. Does that help me at all? I don't know if it helps me at all. I'll put a light cell and have to put a dark cell here. So that's fine. Because I could do this to block. Is there any other like light cells that are in danger of touching each other? This 5 can't come around this way at all. But, like, I can block these, no problem. There's no arrows pointing at it. It's where the arrows are pointing that I'm blocked. Now, if I did it this way... I don't know. If I did it this way, though, I would have to put a dark cell there. If I put a dark cell here, I could still put a dark cell there. Or a light cell, then I'd put one there. So I don't actually know. I don't actually know about that. I could block this off just fine, or I could make it come up. That's also fine. I can't have squares, so the max I can have here is 2, which means these both have to be dark cells. But that doesn't tell me which 2, because it could be this. Actually, hold on. If I did this, these can't connect each other. There has to be a dark cell in one of those 2. These are all light cells. That's the 4 done. Okay, and then this 2 is complete. This can't connect at all. So I've got to have a dark cell here and a dark cell there, and only one, so it's either straight line there or there. But I could do something like this. I could also do something like... Oh, 1 symbol per light area. Ah, it means we can't connect those. And we have to connect all dark cells, so this is how it's done here. This has to connect up there somewhere. That's done. No dark squares, so this is how we have to do it here. Dark cells come out. Now I need 2 more down here. One of these 2 for sure is dark, but I don't know which. If I made this a light cell, this would be the end of that. That would be how that works. But what other places could I do this? If I made this, I'd have to do all these as dark cells, which is fine, because I can bring this out. And then I just make... hold on. Let me think about the connect dark cells up here. I haven't been thinking about that at all. If I make this a dark cell... Actually, if I make this a dark cell, then I have to make these 3 a dark cell. So that's not going to work. This does have to be the light cell. And if this is the dark cell, I no longer need to bring it around that direction. No square is going to make that happen. Only 1 more dark cell here. If it's this one, we're in trouble, because it has to go this way, and then all of these are light. In fact, just a block here somewhere, so that is a dark cell, or a light cell. Means that's a dark cell. Only one of these can be dark. It's going to cross over. It's got to be in here somewhere, because it's got to block the light cells from touching. So we can block them this way. There we go. And then we just put a dark cell here. No. It's got to be like that. That's nice. Cool. I really like that puzzle. And I'm gonna go away. Whee! So what I'm looking for here is match 3s, I guess. I'm pretty sure these are completed match 3s I'm seeing. And, no, there was one. The Pentad. I'm looking for the Pentad. That is the main event of today in this area. Although I will grab other puzzles. Pentad should be pretty easy to find. The other things are like wandering echoes, just kind of check them off the list. Actually, how many were there? 2? There are 2 wandering echoes. Echoes usually aren't hard to find because they aren't put in secret areas, it's just that they're tiny. All dark regions are buried too. Excuse me. So those have to be by corner rule. That can't connect. That no longer can connect. That's got to be like so. This could connect here and be done. Yeah, in fact, that has to be how it is. That's got to be. There's another one over here. Connect dark cells, light regions of area 4. Well, then that can't be there, so we gotta get this dark cell going on. That's gotta be up. That can't be light. Dark cells means it does have to come through here. There. That's gotta be the way through. That's gotta be the way through there. Okay, so we can bring that out. That's the way out now. That's got to come through. One of those two. That's got to be a dark cell. There we go. That's a cool one. I mean, it's easy, but fun. I like the logical progression of that puzzle. Oh, that's got to go there. That's fine. Alright. One. Don't make... so, rectangles only. Well, black rectangles. White can do what they want. Just can't do that. Can't have any of that going on. Oh, it's not even like... It has to be single lines of black. That's all you can do. We can't connect these to each other, so we can't do that. Can't have that happening, or that, so we can't bring this out. This has to come down at least once. It's up. That worked out. Is this a match 3 I haven't done? It looks like it. Might belong to Verdant Glen, though. We'll see. So, I definitely only want to break 4. This is going to have to move left. This is going to have to happen. So let's bring this over. No, this will move to the right. So, how do I get that to happen? Do I bring this first? Yes. No, then I do it this way. Ah, I see. Got it. That belongs to Verdant Glen, yeah. Worth a shot. Not as concerned about finding match 3s at this point. I would just like to get those going, because there seems to only be a couple per day I can do, and there's still like 40 to go. So where is your friend? Oh, is that it right there? No, that was just a bit of plant. That's a different shape. That's a different shape than the one I saw down there. New crystal labyrinths. Amazing. Don't care. That, I think, is connected. No, it isn't. They are, in fact, different shapes. One of these days, I'll give in and get reading glasses. It'll happen. I am trying to stave off aging. The way I'm staving off aging is pretending that I'm not aging. Those can't connect. Just area numbers and letters is really all I gotta worry about. Well, that's gotta happen. These have to come out. Well, we can't do this, or that, or that. So it looks like A is going to be going around the edge. Doesn't seem to be a reason not to do this. Maybe these area numbers will convince me otherwise. These do have to come out that way. Yeah, that still does have to go like so. Yeah, that's still correct. Oh, that's done. But those can't be. Yeah. C definitely comes out. Guess it's gonna happen, because if not, we have a problem. Imagine this can't go around. This could go around like so. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, interesting. I would imagine that our Wandering Echo can't be... Ah, there's the pentad. That's the big one. My guess is we're going to have one under here, and then we're going to have one on the roof. Or on the ceiling of the inside. Definitely going to get up to the roof. Oh, it doesn't go high enough to go to the roof. Okay. But there is one right there. How about there? Anything else sort of around the edge that I'm not looking for? There we go. And that's the one, so... Wait, hold on. We've got... This is it coming from the side somewhere? Is it on top of this? Yeah, it's on top of that. Okay, where's your friend? Oh, just right there. I also see the matchbox. I'm going to do a swag strat. There we go. Hey, puzzle radar, after I no longer really need it. Oh no, I can use it for the match 3s. Although that looks like one I haven't done, so might as well hit it. Okay, that's a gimme. We don't want to move this over because then the purple piece is stranded. We probably want to move it this way. And then there we go. It's done. Ooh, that's somewhat confusing, but I think it's up on top of these guys somewhere. Yeah, like it's this piece here, and then we're looking this way. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised I got that one as quickly as I did. It was just a very confusing perspective to me. Okay, match 3s are good to see, but I'll take rings and things like that as well. Rings and arches. There's a lot of rings in this area, it looks like. Did I see a match 3 symbol and ignore it? I might have. I don't think so. Ah! There it is. That direction. Nice. I went right by this area. Oop. Okay, that wasn't too difficult. This will be the last match 3 of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to break 4 at some point. Will it be this 4? Because this feels like a trap. No, that's correct. That was it. Just going to double check. That was indeed the last one of the day. Yeah. Like, look, there's still 40 to go. 30 to go. I can do math. 33. And there's like only 2 a day, maybe, that are undone. So it just takes a while. I can't wait till these guys are done. None of those, right? We didn't see. Pentat's there. The other stuff is fine. Yeah. Don't make squares of any kinds connect dark and light cells. Well, these have to be dark cells for sure. We do have to bring these out. No square is going to force me to make that move. That's got to come out. Question is, where do we go from here? If this were a light cell, all of these would be light cells, which would block in the dark cells here. So this has to be a dark cell. And same with anything here. If this is a light cell, once again, we're blocked in. So this at least has to be a dark cell. Now we can make these all light cells if we want. Can this be a light cell? Yes. Yeah, it can easily be a light cell. We can bring stuff around. In fact, I think we want to bring this around anyway, because we want to take it like that. Cool. I'll look for a couple more, but I'm going to actually end soon-ish on this video. I'm not going to go all the way. Hey, look, there's a Wandering Echo, one of the ones I'm looking for. Because I don't want to spend forever, because I've gotten the puzzles I want for the day. I've got the memory grid that I wanted. I've got those match 3 puzzles. And the hidden pentad there. Okay, so I do want to be up in the air some more that way. Oops, that was not high enough of a jump. Do I want to be on top of this? Feels like no. Feels like I want to be on top of one of those arches. looking down here. That's where I want to be. I'll grab another one of these guys. We're looking at the wall of... So we're looking that direction. So is it... It's not all the way back here, is it? Like looking through one of these walls? Where the pillars are fallen? No, it's got to be closer to that. It's not one of these walls, is it? It feels like it's too far away. It's not closer because it feels too close. I do also need to see that in the distance, right? It's on the right side of the view. Is it more this direction? No, I think it's more this way. It isn't in here because we don't have that fallen pillar to look at. Hold on. Is that the symbol? That's the symbol. So it's got to be looking at it with that here. It does need to be here? Maybe facing this way. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Tricky. Alright, let's end with a nice logic grid. That's a good spot to end. I don't know where the other stuff is. I don't care right now. Well, has to come out. Don't make 4 in a row. Of any kind, so no 4 in a rows anywhere. Alright. Cool, and that's that. Thanks everybody for... Oh. Anyway, as I was saying, thanks everybody for watching. I've had a good time. Hope you had one as well. And I'll be heading out now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.